You're listening to the Here for the Clout podcast. Here are your hosts, Sherilyn Dale and Cece Suarez. Yeah, baby.
Hello, Clout Queens, Kings, and in-betweens. Welcome back to the Here for the Clout podcast with me, your co-host, Cece Suarez, also known as Chelsea Suarez, because I don't know my own name, and my beautiful, radiant, spectacular, supple, dare I say, glowing, confident, resilient co-host, Sherilyn Dale.
I really suck at my intros. Thank you. Thanks, babe. Welcome, everybody. Missed you guys. You guys, we've kept on schedule for our amazing viewers and supporters, but you and I, it feels like it's been like a million years because we were like back to back filming to get ready for Thanksgiving, and then we didn't get to see each other last week. So
yeah, I felt empty.
I never want that to happen again.
Yeah, I felt broken, dare I say. I was very sad.
I was too. I was so excited to get back into it. But for you guys, it's been, we've been working hard to just make sure that you guys haven't missed us. But I feel like we've missed each other and you. But anyways, all's right. We're fine. I have a different chair. That's not normal.
That's not fine.
That's not fine.
Everything is perfectly perfect. We're doing great.
We're gonna have the chair back next week. So this is just a little bit of a temporary chair change, and then we'll be good again. Also, I got my eyebrows tattooed. So if anybody's feeling like, whoa, what's going on with Sherilyn's eyebrows? Like they're really prominent right now. I literally just left like 2 hours ago from doing that. So we're gonna let them do their thing for the next couple weeks until they're all like fluffed off. But you might notice that we go through some changes here in the eyebrow department. So that's what that is. And I think that's pretty much it on my end.
Is there anything else you'd like to update us on, or
no, I think
any
that's
other
it.
disclaimers?
I think that's it.
Okay. There is one thing I'd like to say. We need to have a little talk with them.
About what? What happened?
If I see one more person saying that Cher cuts me off or I cut her off, guess what? We're two dumb bitches with microphones and we're best friends. So we're gonna cut each other off. All right?
And we have ADHD. It's like, does your best friend not have like uncontrollable like thoughts? Like if we don't get them out, like it festers and we just sit there and we're like, I need to say something.
I'm gonna explode. Yeah, and not in a good way. So listen, neither of us have that much of like important things to say anyways, okay? It probably wasn't gonna be that groundbreaking. So she's doing you a favor by interrupting me.
No, we'll work on it. We're hearing it. So yeah, but that's what that is. It's just a thought comes and we got excited to also join in and interject and anyways, okay, get it. Anything else? Join our Patreon.
I was gonna say, hey, did you know we have a Patreon? Do you want more of this? Are you sure? Because there is more to go around, baby, at patreon.com/here for the clout. We have 2 tiers that are quite affordable, if I do say so myself. There's the $5 tier, which is the boned up bitch tier. And that is where you get 2 extra extended episodes every 2 weeks, twice a month. And then you have the Clout Queen tier, which is $10. And for that one, there is a 7-day free trial that is going to be there until the end of the year. So take advantage of that. But those girly pops get 1 extra bonus episode a week. And also the extended 30 to 45 minutes, which this is going to be an extended episode right here. So go get that. And they also get travel vlogs and more bonus episodes and far too much other. Listen, we're really trying to be at the Trisha Paytas level of Patreon. We're trying to give you so much. We want to take her crown as Patreon's golden child.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun. We get to definitely be like more ourselves, drink more wine and just kind of let that, don't hold that back. We just get a little loosey-goosey. For instance, I said, could our extended episode today, we had one topic, and then I said, instead of doing that, can we talk about the soft swinging Mormon wife scandal so that I can just get something off my chest about an experience I had in high school. And Chelsea said, okay. So like that's where we like to kind of bring those things.
Yeah, it's gonna be a safe place. Listen, I got pretty drunk last time that
Was it the
the
Vision
vision
Boards?
board
I was
episode.
loaded.
Girl, it was hilarious. I checked in with Kaya. We love you, Kaya. You guys love her too. And I checked in with her today because we hadn't heard anything. And I never want to be like, oh, it's supposed to go up today or whatever. And so I texted our group text and I was like, hey, you have everything you need? And in my head, I'm just thinking like, did I say anything that's gonna make anyone like on our team be like, we quit. We don't we want to be removed from here for the clown.
No, they're
Thanks.
probably just trying to figure out how the fuck to edit out our wine mouth or whatever. They just make us look good, which is great. You know what? It's fun. But we we were
It was a lot.
we were
We
in the
talked
booth.
about
Oh no, we did. Yeah, that was like when the wine was. So I was like, oh, am I saying this on Patreon right now? And you're like, I guess you are. And then I did.
yeah, so that's for the $10 tier.
Oh my God, I just remembered right now that one of the spills was the assumption on the one Reddit of who I was talking about. Did you remember that I said who it was? I forgot that I did that. So see, that's what we do.
Do
Okay.
you remember that I brought out the turkey bolognese?
Yes, now I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Just middle of the thing, I'm just eating pasta. Okay, Chelsea, calm down. Yeah, listen, leave me alone.
Fun.
So before we get into this ridiculous stuff, what you crafting?
Oh, okay. So I haven't been crafting, but I've started channeling my like past obsession and got really like back into it with like my little like Etsy digital shop. So I've been making different wrapping paper prints and like digital invitations. Like it's so relaxing to me. I just love like coming up with designs and prints and themes, like
love
party
that.
themes. So right now we have a Clueless party theme. We have a Marie Antoinette party theme, and we have a bringing it back to the 90s one. So those are really cute. And then some new gift wrap paper with different things. They're kind of like saucy
That
but
is
hilarious.
so
They look
cute.
aesthetic, but if you look at it, it's like a cute Santa and then this like beautiful writing that says "ho fucking ho," like just cute stuff. So that's like a craft for me, but digital. What about you?
Yeah, for sure. No, I love that. A side plot. Are we saving our Christmas presents to give to each other in Denver?
Yeah, let's do that, babe.
Okay,
Okay.
good. And then I am currently making white truffle trees, if you're familiar with the Lorax, Dr. Seuss. If you were in Seussical with a musical, And I am attempting to turn not my whole backyard, but like our pergola patio area into Whoville because we are hosting, and by we, I mean just me. It is just me hosting my family Christmas dinner. So I'm gonna have like 14 to 15 people here. And I already put in the order to have everything catered.
Good girl.
Yeah. And I am making truffle trees. We will insert
I was gonna say we got to
pictures
put
and
a picture
videos of
because they
them.
are so fucking cute. So
It's
cute.
crazy. Yeah, I've wrapped our pergola in like twinkly lights and stuff, and I have all the garland and all of like the dishes and everything like ready to go. But the truffle trees has been a little bit crazy.
Oh, they look so good though. It's worth it. I can't wait to see
Yeah.
everything like completely done because it's just going to be like, you're going to be transported. I just know it because you get so into it.
Yeah, I wonder if I could get like a snow machine.
That
Yeah.
would be epic.
Yeah. My favorite thing is when even if like because Tony doesn't fucking care about the crafts I'm doing. He gets annoyed by it because he's like, why are you taking over the kitchen counter? Put it away. But like it's my therapy. I love it. I'm like, listen, you
Yeah.
play video games or you watch, girl. I went into we were supposed to have a guest room. We don't want guests. It's his man cave. So I went up there and I was like, Tony, what the fuck are you watching on TV? And I would look closer. I was like, are you watching a YouTube video of someone snaking a drain and putting a camera down there? And he goes, yeah, I fell down a rabbit hole of clogged pipes. And I was like, what do you, let me see your YouTube history right now. He's watched so many videos of people like unclogging pipes.
Is this just for like future reference, or is this just like he's just interested? Like he's not on a project right now where he needs to know this. It's just him.
No.
Oh, okay. I
No,
love that
girl.
even more.
This is entertainment purposes. And I looked at him and I was like, and I'm the autistic one? And he's like, I don't know what happened. I was like, this
Well,
is what I'm
it's
meant
like
to
couples,
be.
they start to like rub off on each other. He's just getting a touch of the tism as well. So good for you guys.
Listen, speaking of rubbing off on each other, I cannot wait to talk about the Mormons rubbing genitals. Also, on Patreon, we might be doing a little bingo, like drinking game bingo, because we do have such a crossover with Here for the No, That's Our podcast with Do We Know Them? And we want to watch one of their latest episodes, and every time that Jesse says
Rubbing
rubbing
genitals.
genitals or I'm scared, we want to like take a sip, and then we would have like other ones that we could
Yeah. I think that'd be
include
so
in that
fun.
too.
I think
Yeah,
that'd
so
be
hey,
so
join the
fun.
Patreon to get drunk with us. It's basically just girls' night over there, okay?
That's
It's girls'
literally
night.
what it
That's
is.
it.
That's the best way to explain it. I think that's what we just say moving forward. Come to girls' night over at Patreon.
Yeah, y'all coming to girls' night? Oh, that's adorable. I love it. I mean, listen, that's what I do. I say, like, I try to like save them up. If any podcast that I watch or listen to or Patreon content comes out like halfway through the day, like sometimes I'll watch them in the morning, or like on my walks and stuff with Bean, but usually I will like save it to nighttime for when he goes to sleep, get my glass of wine, or girl, I'll save like 4 or 5 of them on Fridays,
Yeah.
have my glass of wine, get my PF Chang's, and just veg out. It's my favorite. But yeah, so like come to girls' night.
Yeah.
Get ready. We're excited. Please sign up. Anyways, so do you know about Nurse Hannah?
I do. And not by choice. We briefly touched on this. I did not want to weigh in, kind of over analyze and assume I knew what was going on in their house for real life and assume abuse on the child. But I've seen a lot. So I now know who she is. I did not know who she
Yeah.
was before.
Listen, I don't trust anybody after I have seen everything with that one lady
The
in
Harris
Australia.
family. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't tell them what happened with Gabby, did we?
Oh no, we didn't.
I explained it in the comments to like 2 people because they were like, Chelsea, girl, why are you spacing out while y'all are on the call with Gabby? And I was like, guys, listen, here's the tea. I was not spacing out. I was having a crisis and I was getting really nervous.
Okay, tell everybody that because it's much lighter before we get into Nurse Hannah because this is actually hilarious.
So we have, I'm not even joking, like an hour and a half call with Gabby. And, like a lot of times when you do interviews, you go off on tangents, whatever, like realistically, like an hour and a half talk with someone would have been like probably 15 minutes with what we were doing. And we talked like before and after, whatever. And then I go to my computer and I pressed what I thought said end recording. And then it said, you are now recording. And it said it to everyone else on the call too. So both of them just,
We go, oh!
and part of me died that night.
We were like, no. You know what? Gabby was an amazing sport. She's like, it's okay. Like, you guys are doing better than me. I don't know anything about technology. Like, I just do my TikTok.
So
she was
sweet.
like, I don't have any plans. Like, let's do it again. Let's do it. I'm like, are you sure? Oh my. And she made it actually so much better because she was so chill about it that we weren't stressed. Like we were like, okay,
I was still stressed.
Yeah, you were. Like, let's go again. So yes, like that second one was literally a do-over. We had already done it. And then Gabby's kids and her husband are trying to come in and figure out dinner and stuff like that. She's like, I'll be done in a minute. We're like, hopefully you will be, Gabby. Anyways, I was thankful. And that was fun to have her on.
And then my camera turned off.
Oh
for
yeah,
like
that
a
happened.
minute.
So also, right, sorry. Yes, that happened. Then we realized that Chelsea wasn't recording for the first part of that phone call. So when she comes on, that's not real. Like, well, she was on, but like Chelsea and I had to improvise and pretend that she was there and then just try to remember how that intro went. Anyways, it was a lot. I think that was probably one of the worst things for Kaya to edit and try to like streamline and make look really like good, which she like executed flawlessly, because I don't think anybody would know that that was a second take and that Chelsea wasn't in frame for the first part of that second interview.
I just want to be a podcaster.
What did you say the other day to Jesse and Lily? This is why people have production.
Oh yeah. I was like, this is why people have producers, god damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, shout out to the fine people at Mackie. They sent us so many boxes of audio equipment. Cher and I got nice ass speakers. We have audio mixers. We have
We'll insert stuff. Yeah. We'll insert what we got. And then when we get it set up, let's do like another like full proper like shout out and going through our stuff. But it's literally so much that we're like, what the hell?
A whole nother mic coming out of the abyss right now. But it's just not even hooked up because Sherilyn and I don't know how to use it yet.
No.
And we don't want to fuck it up.
No.
So let's get our goblets ready. Yeah. Grab your goblets. Cher, what are you drinking?
You know what? I'm going to chop mine up. I'm drinking a Cab Sav by El Fat Bastard is what it's called.
Nice. The language of my people.
Yeah.
So I am drinking the Prickly Pear High Noon. Y'all know I don't like the vodka seltzers. I like the tequila ones. Because the vodka
all
ones.
The way. No hangover.
The vodka
with tequila.
ones, yeah. The vodka ones make me have diarrhea at 3 a.m. And the tequila ones make it so that I can have, so that I can go to Pound Town, take a little field trip there for longer and be a little bit more spicy.
Yeah.
I'm just a mom.
I'm just a mom. That actually makes a lot of sense. Once I switched over to like Olays and doing like the tequila seltzers, I could never go. I can't go back to vodka because I tried to have some nudes that were like, I don't know where we were the other night, and I was like, oh no, tequila is the way now, and you don't feel it in the morning. You're just like, okay, like, what are we doing today?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, this freaking
ready to go talk about Nurse Hannah.
Okay,
Nurse Hannah, or Hannah. Insert last name here because I don't know it and I don't know how to say it.
I think let's preface with that is that this is not like if you're coming here for the cold hard facts, like we're going to give you the rundown. We're just here to have the conversation.
Whoa, hold on. People, you come here what? For facts?
I just want to make sure like that no one ever thinks that, but specifically today, we just want to weigh in. We just kind of want to gossip about it. Not gossip, but like weigh in on what we've been seeing.
No, we're gossiping.
Okay.
Well, it's very public, so it's not really gossiping. I think it's just called talking shit at that point.
True. True.
So Hannah, do you remember that like trend or whatever it was where people were like, this is my 17 diapers or something like that? Do you remember that?
I remember people being like this 17 diapers and I had no idea what that meant. Now I do. Yeah.
I kind of do now. So apparently guess what? We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I don't know. But you probably don't either. So she, I guess, had made a TikTok about how she had 17 dirty diapers around her house.
Yeah.
Pick up all the dirty diapers I have lying around my house right now. I kid you not, my guess is probably 15. I don't own a diaper pail or a diaper genie or whatever they're called. They just kind of get thrown around my house and then we just collect them in a bag at the end of the day and take them out to the dumpster. So I've been solo parenting for the last 24 hours. So we're going to see how many dirty diapers we have just lying around with 2 kids. I promise you, I'm not even exaggerating. This has only been 24 hours. So I'm counting just 4 diapers right here on the coffee table. Found another one right behind the couch. Oh, found 2 more. So far that's what? 7 diapers, I'm pretty sure. That's just down here, like in the kitchen living room area. Let's go upstairs. Okay, so right away I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 diapers. I think if I counted right, that's 17 diapers lying around my house. No wonder my house friggin' stinks right now.
She was like, let's clean these diapers because like throughout the day or whatever. I saw the TikTok after, like I just saw it like today, I think, or yesterday. And that's when I was like, oh, this is what that means. So she's like, let's come like go around and like tidy them up. And I just want to see what, like what's collected throughout the day because I don't use like a diaper genie or a garbage pail or whatever. I just kind of like change wherever. And then I just go collect them. And like she literally, like there was like 3 on the coffee table. There was like some on the stairs. Then when she gets up in the hallway, there was like a bunch there, some in the bedroom. And at the end of it all, when she collected them, there were 17 dirty diapers around the house.
Hey. Gross. I'm just going to say it. It's gross. As a mom, and listen, I had, bitch, we're still on Zoloft, but girl, it got pretty dark there for a minute before the Zoloft. So postpartum depression, anxiety, rage. Absolutely. I didn't even know postpartum rage was a thing. And then my sister's dark humor texts, postpartum, texted me being like, hey, you try to throw that baby up against a wall yet or what? And I'm just like, what? No. And I texted her one day and I was like, I know what you mean now. He's safe and loved.
Of course.
I never did that. But moms get it. So, yeah, like listen, you get real dark or sometimes it's just so busy. Like I know sometimes I like will, change his diaper or whatever in his room and then we're like running to go somewhere and maybe I don't get to like crumple it up and like put it in the diaper pail or whatever. Or if you don't have a diaper pail, just put it like, I don't know, by the door or like in the trash can or something. But the thing is like with poop, your entire house is going to smell.
Yeah.
But with the pee, like that's ammonia. Like you can smell that. And like that's 17 of them.
17
Also,
is wild to me. So here's what I'll say.
How old's your kid? Bean doesn't go through 17 diapers in a day.
Which is also confusing because there are more TikToks that people are like analyzing on her page and coming up. And then now another argument is that she says, I don't change my son's diaper every time he goes. I only change it if he poops because diapers are expensive. So if he pees, I leave it.
I'm not changing my kid's diaper when they pee. I've never done that. Do you know how expensive diapers are? I have friends and people that I know that like, oh, they peed, we have to change their diaper. And I'm like, they peed. Literally, I will change his diaper if he poops. Or if it's like a very full diaper. Diapers are so freaking expensive. I'm not out here changing his diaper every time he pees. I would be going through 30 diapers a day.
Then she contradicted herself in a different video saying like her friends say that, oh, like he just peed or she just peed, I have to change the diaper. And she's like, they're expensive. Like, I'm not about doing that. She's like, I only change it if they poop or if it's like soaked. Then she'll change the pee is what she said. And this is like a reoccurring thing on her channel where she's trying to backtrack because there's a lot of heat coming on her husband saying, like he's crazy, he's controlling, because she'll say like he spends so much money, but I'm not allowed. He tells me go and buy dinner for $10 and not a penny more. So this is what I was able to buy. He's able to buy like $1,500 new hunting equipment and I can't spend like a couple hundred. So these are her voiceovers. So automatically she's getting her audience against her husband.
Is it rage bait though? Like she gets so many views on TikTok. Like when I saw it today, I was like, holy shit, she gets so many views.
I know. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Like consistently, almost every single one is over 1 million.
I mean,
or over 2 million.
Yeah, I guess well right now especially because it's trending like crazy, like her channel is trending like crazy, but she's already verified. So obviously she's been around. I guess like I didn't even know who she was. And then I guess she was just recently, or not recently, but around that 17 diapers fiasco, she was on Avery Woods' podcast and now Avery took it off. Like you cannot find it anywhere. She took it off. People were like commenting being like, Avery, wasn't she on? Because they were talking about like those types of things like postpartum depression, anxiety, not having like, like the will sometimes to just like keep up with the house as well as like your kids and your family and having those types of conversations. And then Avery said, yes, it's all been removed. I can no longer support her. So she took everything off. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's holy shit. That's fucking crazy, man. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who will be like, I don't know, like sometimes I want to like tread lightly when it comes to like shitting on, I want to say like young moms, and it's like, Chelsea, you're not a young mom, but moms, like new moms or moms of, kids. Kids, Chelsea, what? Because it's
Moms of
like we,
kids.
yeah, moms, who have children. Because it's so like we already get shit on enough and we don't get enough credit for literally anything we do. And my family's nice and my husband treats me good, don't worry. But it's like there's like in society in general, and then also with like the healthcare system and just life, right? And the mental load. Like I'm so happy that that in itself is being talked about so much on social media. Like
Yep.
that makes me so happy because like I didn't even know what that meant. And then trying to explain to your spouse, like, oh my gosh, you don't understand, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I have to worry about this. You don't know this. And like, I do. And I stress about that. But yet I'm, still working too. If I was a stay-at-home mom, it'd be different. But
Yeah.
I'm not. But also, I
Yeah.
don't want to be. And so, like, yes, all of that's valid. And I know our following knows, like, no, two things can be true at once.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just want to make it clear, like, we're not, doing all that. But she is putting all that out there. She's putting all that out on the internet to millions and millions of people. And I don't think she's dumb. She's a medical professional. Like, she's
Mm-hmm.
not an idiot. And don't get me wrong, you can be a nurse and still be a dumb bitch. But like, I
Yeah.
don't think she's dumb. I think she knows what she's doing. And I think at some point it is rage bait because that's like the TikTokification of social media. But like, at what cost, man? Like,
Yeah.
these are your kids.
Mm-hmm. And I do think, here's the thing, with what we've been seeing lately with TikTok, like the Harris family, people are like ultra sensitive and now like looking through everything like with a fine tooth comb. So like you are being so analyzed every movement. So when something like when you do say these things like, oh, the 17 diapers or I never changed my kid's diaper. There's also a lot of videos that she does where she's like, oh, it was really like we were really hungry when we drove home. Good thing. I don't know if she says her son's name, but says her son's name or my son is fell asleep in the car so that we could just get what we wanted and then he can go to bed when we get there. Like, meaning they didn't get him anything.
Feel bad, so I did give him a tiny little piece. Because honestly, this will probably be his lunch because it's already past nap time, so when we go home, we're going straight to bed. Mama doesn't mess around with nap time. We are not missing nap time around here.
And a lot of videos, like with food stuff I've seen that I'm like, oh, that does make me feel a little bit icky. There's one where they're sitting at a restaurant and he like goes to like reach for something and like they're like flick his hand away from grabbing the French fries, or he's got like a little plate in front of him and he's watching like his parents just like gorge themselves and like scared to like grab something. So it's like, yes, I do understand the concern because when you're looking at it like that and dissecting at it that way, he does just seem like he's just like, I just want a French fry. But then again, it's like we don't know because we know as content creators, like you're seeing a 30-second snippet of my day
Yeah.
of what goes on. But I also can understand that some of the concerns are valid, and the way people are clipping things together is valid because it doesn't look good. It makes me feel sad for him. When I see his little face, I've felt really like sad.
Yeah. And then also it's not like she, like it was just caught on camera, right? Or it was like an Instagram story. Like, no, these are TikToks that she, did like put captions on and like sliced together and, did like 3 runs through, like 3 edits through typically, like with, unless you're just doing everything in app and it's super sloppy, most people do like at least like a twice over of it. And like you're seeing that. So it's like, are you not even aware, like as a mom, like what you're putting out with like your kid and like how they look in it just, it's weird. Like I know with like we might not notice certain things when we're in the moment, like filming something. Like this is completely different, but in one of the reels that Tony and I did for Halloween, when we were outside in the graveyard and like we like did like that bounce transition, so we're like not in our costumes than we are, and when we bounced the like at the end transition in our costumes, I saw like Bean's face and the way he's like smiling at me, and I saw him, like I looked at him when we were filming it, but I didn't like see that and like register it. So when I was watching it back, I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
so cute. So like obviously that's like a happy version of that.
Of
But
course, yeah.
it's just so interesting of like, why are you like really not that aware
Yeah.
of like what's happening to
Right.
where you could experience something like you're there and then you get to see it from another point of view,
Mm-hmm.
from like a third party where it's literally a camera on you and you're looking at it through that view then, and still you're not registering these things. So it's like,
I do feel like again, like, I obviously don't know her circumstances or anything. I do think that it's concerning that if I would have made that TikTok, the one where they're in the grocery store that has kind of sparked all of this. We'll play everything for you guys so that you can see what we're talking about if you don't know.
Haunting viral video shows what allegedly appeared like the boy was cowering after being handed a box at a supermarket, with many parental experts saying it was not a flinch, but seemingly a brace for impact. Other Nurse Hannah videos went super viral, showing the boy's hand being flicked, with even showing the boy another time taking a french fry and then allegedly watching to see not only what their reaction was going to be, but what they would do to him.
He's in the cart and then the dad comes over and he's having like a little bit of a moment, like a little bit of a meltdown, and the dad comes over.
He's being fussy for sure.
Yeah. And so then the dad comes over with like a, I don't know, ice cream or something, and he goes to put it like hand it, I don't know if he's handing it to him or putting it in the cart. He goes like this, like he flinches.
Yeah.
Protects, guards himself. I don't and we want to talk about this too, about like now whatever the experiments everybody's doing on it. But I would think that had I recorded that and I saw that reaction, first of all, I would have never posted that. It would have been like, this is a conversation to have, like, why is he reacting like this? So that makes me wonder, like, why did we post that where he's...
Yeah, but see, then that must be like the norm.
Which,
to them.
yes,
They
like
must
that's
be...
alarming.
Is she our age? She's our age, right?
No, I think she's younger. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I don't know.
Bitch, you don't want to speculate? That's this whole podcast.
That's how we do.
Speculating.
She looks young.
Well, yeah, she looks young, but I'm pretty sure she's in our age range of like 25 to 40.
Oh, yeah,
And
for sure. Yeah.
I know that's super broad. Sorry.
I'm like,
But,
yeah, I can get on board with that.
She's like, 20 to 50. She's our age. She's a young mom like us. So I feel like a lot of people in our age range grew up getting spankings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of us have had that conversation, with our spouses or the people we have kids with, of like, are we like, what are we doing? Are we doing timeouts? Are we disciplining? Like, what are we doing? And at that age of like our kid is 4? He looks like he's about like 4 or 5.
3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's prime toddler age. And so like, yes, at that age, you do start, the timeouts and stuff. Girl, with my kid, when he bit me today, on the, it wasn't the butt, it was the leg. But when he bit me, it shocked me and that shit hurt. So I like yelled, ow.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
Yeah.
He got me. That's my karma, guys. So he did that. And guess what this little bitch starts doing? Dying laughing. Yeah. And it's so hard for me to try to keep a straight face and be like, no, buddy, like, we do not bite mommy. Like, that hurts, mommy. We don't do that.
Yeah.
That's an owie. We don't do that. He's 1.5. Like, you can't do anything with that, basically.
No.
Especially when he's just, when I say cackling.
He's like, I did good. Like, that was hilarious.
Yes.
I got a reaction.
No, he's literally like, got him.
Yeah.
And just thinks it's so funny. And it's so hard for me to like keep a straight face. And so I'm like laughing through, like trying to like discipline him, but also like not doing like gentle parenting, but and I know that there's a misconception with gentle parenting. People think it's like, you know, the walking all over, like having them just walk
No,
all over you,
yeah.
whatever. But that's not what it is. It's when people say gentle parenting, what they really mean is like assertive parenting and
Yeah.
teaching them about your emotions and stuff like that, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, just trying to make it so my toddler doesn't bite the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It's not going very well. But
No, I get it. And this is where we're in like such a weird phase too, because we're like, we had like the parents who were like, you know, like where we would deal with like, oh, there's the belt hanging on the thing.
that's what
Like,
it
do you want that?
is.
And we're like, hey, we don't want to do that. But in the same sense, we also need to like show boundaries and discipline. Cause like when like all my kids have gone through like a biting phase. And when I'd like bring it up to like my dad, he'd be like, have you tried biting? Have you tried biting back? Because you give them one bite, they'll never do it again. I'm like, no, like, did you bite me?
Have you tried abusing your kid? It works great. What?
And it just comes out like that, right? And it's like, you give them one bite, they're never going to do it again. I'm like, oh, no, like we're in different times, Dad, and that's okay. But I didn't. But so it's just so weird. And I can't imagine having that like lens on me because I don't create that type of content. We talked about that so much. I don't like specific family kids like venting about like that type. I don't like it. I do like little family stuff. Like I love seeing like the reels with your family and stuff. But you also like your content.
Do you remember Bean's troll laugh?
No.
You don't remember? Girl, it has like, I'm not joking, it has like 1 million views. Hold on. A little intermission. We're going to play it for you because it's fucking amazing.
I was thinking about Linda when you guys were doing like the costumes or whatever, and you're like, shit. Like, I love that.
Oh, Linda. She's the best. I'm having dinner with her tomorrow. I'm very excited.
I'm jealous.
Girl, where is it? There's me and Linda. Okay, there's his troll. There's this one.
Oh,
Can you hear
yes. Yes. The room spray.
He's like, where is it?
He's like, oh.
Girl, he's so out of control. And then wait, do it again.
It sounds like a car trying to start. Oh my God, I love it. See, I love that. Just so wholesome. Little clip.
Wholesome, harmless. And that's why, you know, we've both had people be like, you know, because obviously, hey, we don't agree with exploiting your child, right? And having your kid be your content. And you could argue like, well, Chelsea, you know, those 2 reels of yours performed really well. And that one of like me and my mom has over like 1 million views too, which Bean is in it. She's holding him. But it's like, oh, well, that's using your kid for content. And it's like, not really. Like, it's not.
Because it's not what you do. It's not what pays the bills. We're not like taking out, you know, the sponsors, like being like, oh, no, can we get imposed in front of the Huzzy, you know, the Huggies or what? Like, it's like, no, it's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a funny moment, and it's so hilarious. And listen, if when, you know, he gets older and he's like, I hate that, take it down. Absolutely. And I will apologize profusely.
Mm-hmm.
However, he'll most likely love it and want me to play it over and over again because he's a psycho like me.
So
but there's clearly a huge difference, and posting tantrums and things like that. It's, and like medical things, or you just like anything like that is so strange and like such a weird, because think about it, like put yourself in that scenario when your kid's being really fussy at Target, let's say. Bitch, I'm trying to pull things off of the, like, out of the cart and be like, here, do you want this? Do you want this? Like, I don't care. Like, you want to eat these potato chips right now?
Yeah.
We'll eat them right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that, you just distract them, and it's what you try to do. Or you just, hey, let them cry. If people don't understand that kids cry, oh well, I can't do that. My anxiety gets too crazy.
Me too. I'm like, I don't have the time to like sit there, set up my fucking tripod, start recording so that I have a, you know, content for a voiceover later. Like, no, I'm getting in and out. And if it's that bad, I'm literally abandoning my cart, apologizing on my way out and saying, I've got my shit in aisle 7. I'm so sorry about it. You can put it back on the shelf.
I had to do that this morning, and it was so frustrating. But Oh God, it was awful. But I found a person who works there who looked like she had kids, but like or looked like she was around my age, and basically, and I was just like, I said exactly that, and I was just like, I left my stuff over there. I'm sorry, I have to go. And she was like, it's okay. Thank you for telling me. And I was like, there's frozen stuff in there. And she's like, it's okay. I'll take care of it. I was like, okay. And she's like, you take care of you. I was like, thanks, girl.
Right?
But like,
Like,
oh, my kid's crying, instead of comforting them or figuring out what's wrong, which guess what? Usually nothing's
yeah,
wrong.
we don't really
But
know.
yeah, they just want you, and then it's fine. And instead of, you know, instead of putting your kid first, you're putting your content and your phone first.
And here's like a theory that I have on this too. And this kind of like intersects with another thing that's going viral right now, the Marlena Velez, who was, trying to keep up with the rich stay-at-home mom, beige beauty aesthetic. And she got caught shoplifting twice now in the past week.
Sometimes they'll ask us to put out an attempt to identify because the community knows a lot more people than we do. And so we actually had one person reach out on Instagram and say, hey, I want to remain anonymous, but here's their name and date of birth and their Instagram handle. So from there, we were able to look up her social media and even find on TikTok, she posted a video that day of herself going to Target, buying these items, and then taking them home with her. Everything was documented, even the outfit that she wore. It shows like her getting ready with the outfit and even her glasses, and all of that matches in the TikTok with the attempt to identify photo that we put out. We really want to thank the community for all the input and information that they put forward. Whenever we put anything out like this, they're always really receptive and helpful and help us really find out who these people are that are stealing.
And it's like, you get caught up in the content creation career of it all. So you're constantly looking for like, what's my next thing? Like what's my next piece of content? So for her, she's like, I got to go out and do another haul because those perform well. Well, apparently Honey doesn't have enough money to fucking do it. So she's scanning false barcodes to do it and getting arrested. Same with
That's
the Harris.
diabolical.
Yeah.
Diabolical.
Same with the Harris family. It's like, oh, like, what's the next thing? My kid's sick. Making my freaking kid sick. So then, with this type of content, you're shitting on your husband. How do I get everybody like more on my side and like make it worse than the next one? I don't get it. And it makes it hard for me to like have that compassion of being like, do I agree with everybody right now with their pitchforks going insane and blatantly just saying like, he's abused. Why does he have a mark on his face? For me, I've had 3 kids. They get marks on them for a plethora of reasons. It could be anything, like running into the side of the fucking counter that's like, head level or whatever. So I don't ever want to like rush to judgment for that. But in the same sense, it's like you're fueling that speculation and those accusations by having that be your entire content.
Yeah. Being as a new best friend, speaking of kids getting hurt, Wiggum, they're best friends now. At first, listen, Wiggum has gone through the phases of just grief at this point. My God, he was in denial. Then he was he was sad and angry or whatever. Like when we were still in the apartment, I'm pretty sure I told you about this. I know I told Lily about it because when it happened, I texted her and she's like, Max would do that 100%. But and I had Wiggum on such a good schedule. Like I was so crazy with that, moving from being in a house to having to be in an apartment until we bought this house. And then with a newborn, like you get thrown off your schedule, and when I would have to strap the baby to me, put Wiggum's harness on, then walk him down and down the stairs and out, where he could go pee. And it was just so much with postpartum and like, it's crazy. And being like a new mom and not knowing like how the fuck to put a baby Bjorn on. Like, is this a bra? Where's this strap go? Up my butt crack? I don't know.
Don't even talk about when I tried to do baby wrapping with the big long thing. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I felt like a failure.
I hated that thing, but I also like loved it.
I'm sure once you got to learn it, I didn't. I was like, I need the clips. Like, just
give
me the clips.
Yeah, Yeah, yeah. I want to wrap myself in that and strap myself to Tony.
Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get inside of him.
I say this to Brent. I say that to Brent. I said, like, I just like want to unzip your skin and then like crawl into it. But I did tell him like an adult baby Bjorn would be fun, like to like go, you know, like to get carried around. I know he wouldn't be down with the sling, but like if my legs could just like hang out and I didn't have to like do much. So we're on the same page.
I love this for us. Jamaica, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of trips planned, you guys. But they're best friends now. What I was gonna say is that Wiggum was marking all over the apartment that we lived in because, you know, he was protesting. He was like, what the fuck is this thing? I don't like it.
Yeah.
And he wasn't ever mean. He was, you know, trying to always be on me and in my lap. And I'm like, Wiggum, there's a baby here. Like you're gonna smush it. And so that was a struggle. But then once Bean started, you know, making noise and like trying to touch Wiggum, then it was a little bit better. And then Bean started moving around and Wiggum was terrified. He's like, what is that thing? Get it away from me. Why is it coming after me? And so he was like crawling and Wiggum would like literally run to the other side of the room. It was so sad and so funny. And now that Wiggum can like play a little bit more, like actually play with him, like Wiggum does like the like play biting. Yeah. Like obviously if you know
and bulldogs it's like they don't have anything. They can't get their teeth out in their mouth.
Exactly. Have you Wiggum's teeth look like a rancor, like no. So it's literally, I always say when people are like, oh my God, he's like so scary. And it's like, girl, look, he's like doing the play biting and I just give him my arm and then he's like, just like falls out of his mouth.
Yeah.
But they've been like playing the past 2 days and they like running around after each other. I could just watch it like all day long. And now he hears me talking about him, the dog, and he's sniffing and snorting underneath my office door.
He's like, you're talking about me, so
he's like, I can come in. Special guest appearance. But my point is that Bean was grabbing onto Wiggum. I was about to not say Wiggum's name because I was like, wait, do I say that kid's name? Anyways, so he grabs onto his extra skin. Thank God he has extra skin. And Wiggum is like rolling around and then he like rolls, jumps off the couch. I don't think Wiggum was thinking that Bean was gonna still be holding on to him. So Bean like got himself flung off the couch. Thank God when we're playing on the couch, we put all of the pillows on the ground, right? You know, as a little barrier. And so he fell onto the beanbag and the pillows. But the way he looked up at me, I was just like, "You're okay. Everything's fine."
Yeah, he's scary. He's like, okay, I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. He's a little bit rougher than me.
Yeah. It's, oh my God, it's my.
So this shit happen. You know what I mean? Like this shit happens.
I'm about to cry. It's my favorite.
We never know what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know. So
speaking of accidentally stealing stuff from places.
What'd you steal? You stole my fucking clampers for my eyelashes for one.
Let's not quarrel. Is this our first fight?
No, that's why I haven't texted you. I'm like, Chelsea took those fuckers. I knew the first day I came home when I tried to put my lashes on and I had to use my backup pair. Are you seeing they're in there? I don't recall this makeup bag. You had them in your purse.
Which ones?
No, neither of those. They're the Lashify bronze ones, and they were in your clutch that you brought out that night.
My party mix clutch. Yeah. That's in my closet. I'm positive they're still in there.
Oh, I know they are.
I'll bring it on the next trip.
It's fine.
Sorry about that, girl.
Okay, so what's the other thing you stole?
It's also on my desk. Hold on.
Winona? Like...
I know. I accidentally stole this.
World's coolest uncle?
It's for Beans. So it was $7. Okay, I'm pretty sure Marshall's is gonna be okay.
I was like, was this from Target? Because apparently they face recognize you and they're gonna know.
Also, I'm pretty because I always do self-checkout. I'm pretty positive I've truly accidentally stolen way more than their threshold. I'm pretty sure.
You guys, oh God, we're gonna get Chelsea's gonna be the
I'm
next
pretty
one.
sure I have. I mean, there's like always stuff in my thing that I'm like, did I bring that up? I just shouldn't go through self-checkout. I really
I'm
shouldn't.
surprised they let Marlena go back in self-checkout. She went back a week later, did the same thing, and then this time in the second footage, we actually get to see how she does it. And I was like, girl, and this time she brought her husband.
That's yeah, but what she's doing, sorry, I interrupted her, guys. But what she's doing, like she wasn't like forgetting to, like I think that's why they like really got her. She wasn't like forgetting to scan things. It was so diabolical and so crazy. But again, it's like I don't know, I guess just like the audacity of people of being kind of like not disassociated from like what they're putting online, but I guess like kind of separating themselves from their content and like not really having any self-awareness, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so where do you stand in all of this Nurse Hannah thing and all of the TikTok about it?
I think that it's so weird that like the reaction has been like, oh, your kid's not gonna flinch if you haven't ever hit them, and it's like, well, that's not necessarily true. Like I've never hit Wiggum, and I'm pretty sure if I like fake hit him,
Yeah.
he would like move out of the way or flinch or something,
Yeah.
because like that's an object coming towards you.
Right.
Like what?
So for
But also,
anybody listening, we'll insert a clip right now of a little bit of a compilation of what this has sparked. So because of the flinching in the cart incident, I've seen like hundreds of people like tag her and be like, you know, I was trying to like understand, but look, like kids wouldn't do this. And they're like so many children. The moms are like sitting there going like this in front of the kids' faces like this. And I'm going to give it to them. The people who have posted, obviously, I mean, the ones who were trying and the kid did flinch, we're not going to see it. But none of the kids flinched the way that her son did in the cart.
Other parents went viral after showing what would happen if they did the same thing, with many of the videos showing babies laughing or not flinching at all, leading many to believe that something sinister is happening behind the scene.
Wait, come here.
Good boy.
Come here, good boy. Wait, I gotta see something real quick. Right, I have to check something. I need to do an experiment, okay, ready?
No, I want to be
no, wait,
a dog.
focus.
I want to be a dog.
Wait, focus. I need to do an experiment.
Hey parents of small children, let's stop with this trend. The trend is the one where you pretend to hit your kid because, you know, you want to show that they don't flinch because you don't actually hit your children. We all understand that in the original video, that boy was scared of his father and that they clearly were not playing. We know this. We can tell. We have eyes. You also do not need to be doing this trend to show that you don't hit your children. We all believe you. I think it's a really bizarre trend to be doing. I don't think you should be pretending to hit your child for views and to show the world that you don't hit them when nobody asked. So please stop. Thank you.
it's also weird though, girl, because it's like, y'all, you're like laughing with your kid when you're doing it.
Right.
And like your
And the
kid
kid's
knows
calm.
you're not.
Yeah, the kid is
Yeah.
calm, not in a tantrum.
Yeah, and like they know, like they think you're just playing with them. And I think that adds like extra context to this too, because it's like, okay, well, he was being, I never want to say like tantrum, not never say a tantrum, because there are such things
He was
as
having a
tantrums.
moment.
He was getting fussy. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's what happens in the grocery store sometimes, or anywhere.
Yeah.
And so he was being fussy, and the dad like came up to him. So I think that's like extra context, but it's also like when it's like the energy you're putting out too. Like you could just have I have like a hair on my face and it's bothering me, but you could like, it's the energy too. Like the dad just walking towards him, was that like enough like of the energy or attitude or whatever for him to be like, I'm about to get my ass beat, let me flinch? Like I don't know, it's just spooky, and I hate it. And I hate that people are like, oh, here, let me, act like I'm about to hit my kid. And it's like, well, and I'm not saying like, oh, it's, not a good experiment if you're not like screaming at him. Don't do that, obviously. But it's just,
no.
it's weird. It's like, fucking clearly, we get it. We don't need you to do that. You don't need to be like, oh, your kid flinched. That means you hit your kids. Not necessarily, but possibly.
Yeah.
But then also, cool, you don't.
Yeah.
So you don't need to put on there to prove it. Why do you need
It's
to
just
prove
so
it?
weird. I just kept thinking about all these little kids who like I've seen like on my For You page just have their parent like slam their like hand in their face and they're just like, what are we doing? Like, why are you doing
Mom,
that?
what are you doing?
It's
You're being
weird. Like and I understand like people are hypersensitive right now specifically because I think probably a lot of those people on their algorithm, if they were like seeing the Harris family stuff, are just like vigilant, right? Like they're just like, we never want to, and we never want to see another child be harmed ever. Like I'm not saying that at all. There are so many sides and layers to this. I don't agree with like, the lynch mob mentality and just assuming and then right out saying you abuse your kid is abused. But then I also do see some of the valid concerns based on the content that she puts out there. So for you saying like the rage bait stuff, it's like, well, if you,
what do you expect?
Yeah, like if you're concerned and she posted a video saying like, I want to address it. Like my husband's like the greatest dad. Like they were just playing. It was whatever. It was
was that video for this?
Yeah.
It was?
That video was for the cart incident. Yes, because everybody's like, clearly your husband abuses your son and then the husband is not portrayed well in her content, and all of a sudden now she's trying to say he's the best dad, he's the best husband. If he has time with our son at all, he's on the ground playing and they're playing, and that's just like what they do. So I get it, but in the same sense it's like, please be aware of what you're putting out there because that's the impression that you're giving. It's no different than like if you're in a disagreement with your spouse and every time you're in a disagreement, you talk shit about them. That's the impression that those people that you're talking shit have of that person. That's all they have to go on.
Yeah, and you have to, that's one thing that, like, I've talked to you about a good bit, and then also Jenna. Hi, Jenna, we love you. Jenna as well is like, Jenna is someone that I can, especially because our first kids were born on the exact same day. Like I just printed out pictures today of them in the little hospital bassinets.
I love
like,
that
right
picture,
next to each other. It made me so happy. And I scrolled through it. I scrolled through more. And it's a picture of her that we were sending each other selfies from across the hall. And she's just crying so much. And she's like, are you just looking at him and crying? She's like, I just love her so much. And meanwhile, I had the opposite where I was like, who is this little naked mole rat? Like, I take this home? What is this?
What do I do?
I turned to Tony. I'm like, do you have those magical love feelings? And he goes, what? What do we do with it? I was like, who is this? He's our best friend. It's fine.
I know. It's so fine. And I love that you
my
share that because that's normal. Like it not.
I didn't know that.
I will say this. It's not normal for me the second that like I there was just like something that I always like yearned to be that, and like holding them is very natural because I think I'm the oldest sibling. So I had all my younger,
see, and I'm the baby,
right?
So
like I was so used to babies, and like that was just like that probably what Jenna was going through. But I also know a lot of people who have had that, like your reaction of being like, okay, like so the emotional, like we've got to get attached, I'm gonna bring you home, I don't know what to do, like I haven't reared kids before, like, and that's okay to talk about and not be a bad mom about it.
Yeah. And I think that's why whenever anyone ever asks me, like, some people might be like put off by it, but I've mostly had people be like very, like, see it as very refreshing whenever anyone's like, oh my God, do you love being a mom? And I'm like, no, I love being his mom. I don't love being a mom though, but no, I'm like the whole like the societal bullshit like we kind of talked about before, but like, no, I love being his mom.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And he's so crazy and so feral and so much of both of us. And like, that's, bitch, I will cry right now. But it's just amazing. But like, no, not having your own time, not having like the freedom to do whatever you want whenever you want, like, no, that sucks ass.
Which was
Having
very much a
hemorrhoids
part of your and
sucks.
Tony's relationship for so long too, I think. Like to also
Yeah.
like what was it, 9 years, 8 years before Bean got here? Like it was just you guys being able to like go off
Yeah.
and do what you wanted to. And that's another
Yeah.
thing, right? I have a friend who's the same thing. It's like feeling guilty that like when are my husband and I going to be able to go on vacation again, you know, and like thinking about that, that's not selfish, you know. It is what it is. Like
No, it's normal. It's the transition
it's
into
a
parenthood, and
transition.
that's
It is what it is,
completely
and
normal.
some people do strive to just like be a mom and love it and be a parent like day in and out, and that's okay. And then others are, you know, like they appreciate like that vacay time, like having time and space away from their kids. For me, I know for sure I do not want another child, and I am very okay with my husband having a vasectomy, because when people tell me they're pregnant, I'm like, oh, I miss it. Like I'm like, oh, good for you. Like you couldn't pay me to do it again. Like I am so done.
Yeah.
So done.
Yeah, after, if in spring we're gonna try for a second, and if we get pregnant by May, that's amazing. If not, that vasectomy's already scheduled, and we're just gonna be a one and done family, and that is a-okay with me, buddy.
Yeah, it's everybody's so different. It's fine. We don't need to judge, but we also need to be aware that if this is like the type of thing that you're like, I don't know what the solution is. I'm like, every time we talk about these types of things, I'm like, what's the solution? Like, how do we try to prevent this type of thing from happening? Does TikTok not monetize anything that has to do with children specifically? Does TikTok not monetize anything that has to do with like children's health issues? Like, where do we go from here?
I think like making your content about, I was about to say about someone else. Chelsea, that's your whole job. But meaning like showcasing specifically someone else. Like commentary obviously is different, because like if people were just here for, you know, the subject of, they'd be watching that and not watching our commentary, right? But when it comes to that, it's like, I don't know, it's a slippery slope there, because I know personally, like when Bean was first having the breath holding spells, like I thought maybe that's what it was, and I was like, I can't find any videos of like what this actually looks like. I was like, I need to see what it looks like to see if that's what it was. Like I'm driving myself crazy. And I was like, then again, I don't want to see any people filming this. And then I saw one that this mom shared. She was like, she's like, I know it's gonna happen. He does this like all the time. And so it wasn't
that wasn't her content. Like that wasn't
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. It was more educational, which is good.
Yeah.
And I literally only saw, or no, I saw 2. And I was like, thank God. Okay. That's what it is. Like, I feel so much better now. And like knowing that, I was like, okay, that's different. That's educational. And it's not, I personally don't see that as like exploitative, but like there is that fine line, just like there's the fine line of like, you know, I used to say like, no, y'all are never going to know. Like I'm going to come out like 5 years from now and be like, yeah, I have 2 kids. Y'all never knew. But it's also like, you change your mind and that's fine. You can absolutely change your mind. You know, you saying your kids' names online is not you exploiting your kids. Me showing pictures of my kid is not exploiting my kid. Like that's not, it's just sharing, right? You know, we're content creators. We've built an audience. We've built relationships with these people. And there's a fine line of, you know, exploiting and just sharing. And it really is a sliding scale, and it's fine. But when you're making your content specifically about, I don't want to keep saying like disassociating or disconnecting, but like also disconnecting it from you. Like, could these people, the one bitch who stole everything from Target.
Yeah. Marlene.
And that one, yeah, the cat burglar. When like, could she just have content that was not about like the shopping? Could she just have it just be about her? Probably not, because she like doesn't show her face, right?
No, she shows her face, and that's the thing. It's like these like over, like it's like the wake up with me, and then she sets the tripod up, and then it shows her clicking her hand on the, we'll run a clip so you guys can see, like on the alarm clock, and then puts the tripod at the end of the bed, and then her going like this and stretching. So she doesn't talk. She does, I don't even think she does voiceovers. It's just like just her filming, and then it's just like those clips of the day, and then just like music, and then maybe some, I don't know, like little captions. But it's like very much like, I just did a video on her.
No personality.
What?
No personality.
No, like, and I just gave you the thumbs up.
Yeah, right? Hey.
That's it. Yeah, like she doesn't talk. It's just like, it's this unachievable, makes you feel like shit watching it because you don't look like that waking up, and you don't like, you know, touch your little alarm clock and have this perfectly clean fucking aesthetic where your kids, you're waking them up. They look like, you know, Cinderella with the birds waking, like everything is so perfect.
No, I'm wondering, how old are her kids?
I think like, I would say like maybe like 3 and 4.
Your kids are 3 and 4 and you have an alarm clock?
again. Yeah.
Bitch, no you don't. You know your kids are screaming.
And then she wakes them up. She wakes.
7
Oh wait, she puts the tripod in the doorway to get the coverage of like the content of her waking them up and them waking up as well. And then one of my favorites, and we'll include this in this segment here, is, babe, she pulls up to Hobby Lobby or whatever, gets the cart, still has her tripod at the car, and starts walking away almost at the door of Hobby Lobby. So it records her walking that far. I'm like, you know.
This bitch, stop. She ran back to get it.
She had to run back and get her tripod. Wait, it gets better. So then they're done. She unloads, puts them in the car, unloads. This is commitment, though. It is commitment. She puts the tripod on each side to get each kid in, folds it up, puts all of her stolen purchases in the back of her trunk, and then...
Not the stolen purchases.
And wait, then she drives away, and I'm like, she starts backing up, the tripod still going. I'm like, did you roll down the window and grab your tripod on the way out and just like, I want to see security footage of the parking lot? Because I'm like her commitment is like top tier to just leaving her tripod and running back at it. But I'm like, do people not understand when they watch this stuff that you got out, you set it up, you pressed record, you ran back, you got back in the car.
Maybe people think that she has someone like just filming it for her.
I don't fucking know what they think, but anyway.
People are stupid. If you're not a content creator, like people don't understand, like they're not thinking of what's behind the camera. Like, and I see that so often. Like, and it's different with like even friends of influencers, because sometimes they'll like see us do something stupid, right? Or they'll see like the behind the scenes magic, and it's like it's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb and so corny. Like someone asked one day, they were like, "What is that on your like on your window? I see it, like I've seen it on like your front window, your back window, like it's on your mirror. What is it? Do you know what it is?
Is it your camera mount?
It's the stickies, the thing on the back of our phones.
Yes.
It's the little circles.
These guys,
because we have the section. Yeah. And
they leave a mark everywhere.
Everywhere. So like I have it on literally every window in our house, and then like every mirror. Like I'm looking at my like vanity mirrors down there. I'm not looking at myself. I can't even see it. But what I can see is the little octopus tentacles.
That's what it looks like.
It is. Girl, it's on my oven.
It's me too.
And my microwave. Yep, it's on my oven and my microwave. It's not on my refrigerator, but because like when I'm cooking, it's the best place to put it, because it sticks to like glass and stuff, or like more like surfaces like that. It's not going to stick to like a wall, right?
Yeah.
So, and like rarely it will stick to tile. I need to send you another thingy for yours, because I got a good attachment thing. It came with one for the shower. It's amazing.
Oh, mine does the
So
shower.
good.
That's where I watch you, and then I watch Jesse and Lily after. You guys always bathe with me or shower with me.
Same.
Yeah, I know.
Same.
We've talked about that. We talked about this in Atlanta. It's like, this is the first time we're seeing each other in person and not in our showers.
Mm-hmm. That is us. I do love it.
It is.
But yeah, listen, it's not that good behind the scenes, all right? But
and I'm like, what are we doing?
People don't realize that. Like a lot of people don't realize like what goes into it, and it's embarrassing, honestly.
And that's what I said. As a content creator, girl, I appreciate the commitment. Don't agree that you steal everything. We're talking about Marlena, not Hannah. And then with Hannah, like same thing. there's a time and a place to pull out the fucking cell phone and not during like meltdown. Like those
During my birthday dinner?
those
Time and
moments
place.
are so
Sucking dick and cock?
This is why
Sorry.
This is why we probably won't make it to the next episode. Either this or we're going to see Chelsea's fucking mugshot at Marshall's. I don't know what it's going to be, but...
Listen, no, what happened was, this always happens at Marshall's. I didn't poop my pants. I almost did, but I'm a big girl and I did not poop my pants at Marshall's. I also have never pooped my pants at Marshall's. I always make it to the toilet. However, I was trying to get these glasses. I'll put a picture of them, Kaya. They're beautiful. They're these champagne flutes. Do I need more champagne flutes? No, I don't.
Do we keep buying
No.
them and they don't fit anywhere? Yes, we do.
They do fit because I had told Tony that he needed a china cabinet and he got me one. And I had told him that I wanted motion sensor lights in it because my sister, in their new beautiful home, they have this absolutely gorgeous like china cabinet.
Now I need a china cabinet
in their kitchen. And when you open up the door to it, it all lights up and it's so beautiful. So Tony got me one from IKEA. He was like, it's not a built-in, but here you go.
Yeah,
and
perfect.
so he put it together and then he put in like motion sensor like lights in it. And I was just like,
samesies. I'm going to have the same
so
one.
beautiful.
Matching china cabinets.
Oh my God, it's blue. It's amazing.
Wait,
and it's
yeah.
What are we doing?
We're just doing...
Woogity woogity.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, so it's absolutely beautiful and I love it. But it does fit in there. Thank you very much. And they're so beautiful and they have a bow that has like rhinestones on it and it's so pretty. And I was like, this would be perfect for my Whoville Whobilation. So I have 4 of them.
I wish you were having this on like the 23rd so I could come and then still be home for Christmas.
That's not how that works. I mean, you could come help me set up, I guess. Do you want to come?
I would if I was... Subscribe to our Patreon.
Hey, we're poor, so subscribe to our Patreon. Yeah. Listen, guys, I pay taxes.
If you want to see more in-person interactions, Patreon. Anyways, okay.
If you want to see these sweet tits, go to Patreon. So, actually, speaking of Patreon, this is extra wobbly. We're going to go over there and go to the bone zone and talk about rubbing genitals. I'm scared.
That is
a callback. That is a callback to not one of our episodes, to Jesse and Lily over at Do We Know Them? Do we know them? Yes, we do. So, not me texting in all caps after I listened to their episode. Rubbing genitals, I'm scared. Anyways, so we're going to go over there if you would like an additional 30 to 45 minutes. I feel like it's going to be probably closer to an hour because I feel like Sherilyn has a lot to talk about.
Hey, it's not a lot, but like, you know me, once I get on a tangent, I got to talk about it. We're going to go talk about the Mormons humping each other and then my experience of
humping each other.
Soft swinging. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Wait, what?
Well, this is what I want to talk about. I want to know what people's like definition of soft swinging is and then like figure out if it's similar to mine because from what I'm hearing about like the Mormons, mine's different.
The $5 tier. Come hear us talk about whatever Sherilyn did in high school. I'm scared.
I think we graduated. I don't know. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next episode. We will, I was just going to do my outro. Miss you terribly until then, but we will. Stay. Your turn.
She just said, stay. You go. Anyways, so stay feral.
Damn the man.
And save the empire.
Damn the man. Save the empire.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.